Hello everyone. Today I wanted to create a video to discuss a subject that comes up frequently when the source engine is mentioned. If you're unfamiliar with the term, the source engine is the game engine that the vast majority of Valve's games run on. Examples include Team Fortress 2, Half-Life 2 and Portal. After thoroughly playing through these games, I heard a lot of people discussing how eerie and disturbing source engine games can truly get if you dive into them. You may have already felt this way if you've played any of these games before. In the world of source engine games, it's a rather well-known subject. You can discover others just like you discussing this subject if you check on websites like Reddit. Making an entire video only for this subject seemed interesting to me. If you find the video entertaining, please like it, and if you want to, subscribe. There will be spoilers for Portal and Half-Life 2, so please be aware before we begin. I'm going to start off by showing you one of the main games that portray this feeling, Portal. With only a robot named GLaDOS to lead you through various test chambers in an unknown facility, Portal does a wonderful job of making you feel alone. The game doesn't aim to be a horror game right away at beginning, but you can sense something is odd. The sense of loneliness grows stronger as the game progresses. You'll notice that no one is present if you've ever glanced up into one of those little surveillance rooms seen in the majority of test chambers. The rooms appear to have spectators watching you as you complete each test chamber, yet all that there is are empty chairs, some of which are knocked over. You get the impression that this location has been evacuated at some point, leading whoever used to work here to panic and flee the building, leaving virtually nothing behind. But for you, it appears as though you were left alone and forgotten. Things get progressively stranger as you advance through the game. As you utterly disregard GLaDOS' rules, who appears to be your only source of guidance, she gets increasingly broken. GLaDOS tries to kill you at the game's finale.
Congratulations, the test is now over. All Aperture technologies remain safely operational up to 4,000 degrees Kelvin. Rest assured that there is absolutely no chance of a dangerous equipment malfunction prior to your victory incandescence. Thank you for participating in this Aperture Science computer-aided enrichment activity. Goodbye.
But you use the portal gun to get away from her death trap. She then starts to apologize and implores you to return to the testing area.
Okay, the test is over now. You win. Go back to the recovery annex for your cake. It was a fun test, and we're all impressed at how much you won. The test is over. Come back.
But you ignore her as you proceed to inspect the facility's exterior. You travel to locations that you really never should have been able to visit. The outside of this facility is a little deeper and darker than the interior of the test chambers. There are many machines, strange room layouts, and fewer vibrant colours. You discover GLaDOS at the game's conclusion.
Well, you found me. Congratulations. Was it worth it? Because despite your violent behavior, the only thing you've managed to break so far is my heart.
She finally explodes and is destroyed as you continue to rip her cores out and burn them.
Look, you're wasting your time.
After that, not much occurs, but if you've played the game, you may clearly remember how unsettling some locations were. Yet there are other games that also capture the same sense of loneliness and seclusion. Garry's Mod is another game that conveys the same sentiment. Since Garry's Mod now has a stronger community focus, players can create their own maps for this game. A couple maps are particularly good at capturing this sensation. I'll start with my favourite map in this game, RP Asheville. RP Asheville is enormous. It's one of the bigger Garry's Mod maps available on the Steam Workshop, but that's not necessarily a negative thing. A larger map provides more space for exploration and generates more potential theories. The entire area is fairly dark, which immediately creates an ominous vibe. There are a few portions on this map with only a few houses and other structures. The first part resembles a rural setting. There are a lot of trees, broken down or wrecked cars, and an airplane that crashed into a massive building that resembles a factory. There are already a few unusual things about this section. There are several possible explanations for the plane accident, which is arguably one of the oddest features of this part of the map. You can propose the theory that the plane was on a regular flight one day when the engine failed, sending it straight down and killing everyone on board. This one theory alone should be enough to give you a slight sense of unease. This map's second section resembles an urban setting with a lot of towering buildings and streets. One of these buildings has an extremely frightening interior that resembles an abandoned mortuary. Most of these structures have interiors. The third segment is more of a hidden space. It is an underground mine, and the map has a few of its entrances. It's pretty eerie, and the emptiness further intensifies the sense of nothingness. Although being enormous, the entire map does a fantastic job at conveying the ominous atmosphere of the source engine. The entire and total emptiness of the map, which gives the impression that it has some point been evacuated. There is almost no life at all on the map. Now let's move on to the last game I'll be covering in this video, Half-Life 2. Most gamers are familiar with the game Half-Life 2. Another game that uses the source engine and has the same unsettling feeling that most players experience as they advance through it is this one. The Black Mesa incident, which happened in the first Half-Life game, takes place around 20 years later. Gordon Freeman, a scientist who works for Black Mesa, is the character you play as. The G-Man welcomes you at the beginning of the game and puts you on a train that travels to City 17.
Rise and shine, Mr. Freeman. Rise and shine. Not that I wish to imply you have been sleeping on the job. No one is more deserving of a rest, and all the effort in the world would have gone to waste until... well, let's just say your hour has come again. The right man in the wrong place can make all the difference in the world. So wake up, Mr. Freeman. Wake up and smell the ashes.
There are many civil protection officers throughout the city. I won't go into too much detail regarding the game's plot, but if you're truly interested, I advise you to play it to find out more. Half-Life 2's overarching plot occasionally comes off as unnerving. One chapter in the game, Chapter 6, We Don't Go to Ravenholm, particularly demonstrates this. A haunted village called Ravenholm had been exempt from the strict laws of the Combine. That is, until the Combine came to the location and attacked it with many headcrab shells, inflicting widespread destruction and giving the region a much more destroyed appearance. Only Father Grigori, a single human being, was present. His overall attitude can be a little strange at times, especially when he laughs aloud and causes an echo in the vicinity. There is a lot of fire in the Ravenholm, along with zombies and other strange creatures. The unpleasant atmosphere of the Source Engine is really brought across in this region. Thanks for watching. Sorry if this wasn't the best, this was my first attempt at one of these videos. I took my time carefully writing out and reading this script. I've always wanted to create my own video on the subject. I've observed others doing it, and I've grown just as interested in this subject as they have. Bye for now.